11, we traded down Julio and took
Chris,
Phil Taylor.
You got to call Grossi because I got to make sure he hears this. This Mike Lombardi thing is that I don't want to. You know what? I don't want to pick a fight right now. I don't. But I got to tell you right now that no Browns fan wants to. Folks, this is Mike Lombardi, your former GM,
twice over,
on the Tony Kornheiser Show podcast. He said he didn't have the power to make picks in Cleveland, and then joked about winning a Super Bowl with the Patriots while getting paid by Jimmy Haslam. What position did Mike Lombardi play for the Patriots in that Super Bowl win? Getting Bill Belichick coffee? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Do they give rings out for that? Do they? Guy's basically a scout. He's a scout for Bill. To take credit for winning a Super Bowl and then to throw it in Jimmy Haslam's face that he's paying him. Jimmy Haslam's an honorable man who paid the people he fired. And by the way, you should have been fired, Mike.
When I was in Cleveland, I had the title of general manager. The president of the team, Joe Banner, made the pick. Mm-hmm. He was the guy in charge of the pick. He had the authority.
Did you work for Haslam? Was Haslam the owner?
I worked for Haslam my 1 year back in Cleveland, yeah.
What do you make of Haslam, who churns through position?
Well, I love Haslam because he signed me to a 3-year contract, and I got to go to the Patriots and win 2 more Super Bowls. So that made me really happy on his dime. So I can't really get too mad at him, Tony.
Yeah, that's a nice way for you to explain the fact that you didn't do your job right, Mike. That you weren't qualified to make the picks, number one. And number two, you've had ample opportunities to be a GM all over the landscape of the NFL, and you're still back with Bill. So if you want to sit there and laugh and tell everybody about how much money you made with Jimmy Haslam, like you suckered him into something, that's fine. But I think it's a real cheap shot. And as a Browns fan, I'll remember you for failing in your job here in Cleveland. And you could package that up and send it to him on his phone. And he's got my phone number if he wants to call me. I've got his phone number right now. That infuriates me. I don't know why it does. It just does. What, like he got over? Like you got over on us, dude? Is that what this is all about? You got sad sack Browns fan and dumbass Jimmy Haslam? What, you got over on us, Mike? Okay. I'll see you again. I'll see you somewhere down the line. We'll leave it at that. Got anything to add?
I think you pretty much covered it.
Thank you. Here's Elliot Wolf talking about how easy it is when you have a quarterback.
It makes it a lot easier. We think, Baker's only started, the majority of the years, but we think he's got a huge future, obviously, and it really legitimizes the team. I mean, you see people are excited about the Browns now. People want to come here. Players want to come here. Agents are calling us all fired up. So it's definitely a change from a year ago.
I don't get off on people making fun of our past failures, who, by the way, you were part of it, Mike. You're basically making fun of yourself. You didn't turn around the Browns. You're not some genius. Oh, but you got paid from Jimmy Haslam. Congratulations. I don't know why I get so mad about this stuff. I do. And, I have a mutual friend of his, and that was a real cheap shot at Cleveland. And I'd tell him to his face. I didn't appreciate it.
There's another Lombardi soundbite on Soundcheck. You want to run it?
No, I sure don't.
I kind of want to hear it. RJ?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
What is it?
Come on. 13. Give me 13.
This is the home of the Browns. You understand? I don't need to be hearing Mike Lombardi.
Yes, I'm aware we're the home of the Browns.
Yeah. Play it on Patriots radio. How's that? Play it on the Tony Kornheiser podcast.
Whoever that is.
No, Tony's a well-represented. Oh, don't put words in my mouth, you son of a... What is wrong with you? Oh, you think that's funny and cute? Do you, Aaron? It's not funny and cute. You're not funny and cute either, all the time. I respect Tony Kornheiser. I don't respect Mike Lombardi. How's that? Anybody else you want me try and get me in trouble with while I'm on the air today?
I'm not trying to get you in trouble at all about anything.
Whoever that is. Like, what is wrong? It's like I'm working with a toy. You know what? We'll be right back.
Both A-Con.
All right. I'm sorry, folks. Hey, you know what? We've suffered in this town with this team for a long time. We're finally on the come. We're finally back. And I got to listen to jackasses who couldn't get their job done, that were part of the problem, laugh and brag that they're still getting paid by the owner of the football team. I don't like it. I don't like it as somebody who works for the Browns. I don't like it as somebody who grew up rooting for the Browns. And I don't like it as a season ticket holder. Mike, you're so smart. If you're so smart, why aren't you a GM somewhere? Oh, that's right, because you had about 3 chances to be one, and you failed in every job. And I'm going to sit here and listen to you laugh while you're still getting paid with the money I paid for season tickets? No, don't go here, bro. Ain't no funny about it. Tony Kornheiser might think it's funny. Tony Rizzo doesn't. Sorry. I don't hear Phil Savage or Romeo Crennel bragging how they're still getting paid. Mangini, I'm bragging about how he's still getting paid. Take him to court and get that money back is what I'd like to do. I'm aggravated. I can't. Holmgren. Where's Holmgren? People made fun, said Holmgren was in Italy. You know what that's a reference to, folks? Him getting paid about $40 million to run my franchise into the ground. Sorry. Those days are gone. And to the second soundbite that says Jimmy Haslam listens to too many people, well, guess what? That doesn't happen anymore. The times are changing. Anybody give us some credit for turning this thing around? Anybody? I was the laughing stock punch bag of the league for a long time. Apparently Mike didn't get the memo that we're not that anymore. That was a cheap shot. I'm sorry, Chris, it's great sound because it infuriated me. They're laughing at us. They're laughing. They didn't get the job done, and they're laughing at us.
The only people laughing, though, were all the failed past executives and like, no one else is laughing. It's just those guys.
I'm aggravated. My God. How many of these, you know how many guys are on? Classy guys. Romeo Crennel's a class act. You never hear him brag about how he got paid after he got fired for not doing his job. Man, that guy's still taking shots, man. Still taking shots. I'll have Grossi write another column about him. Let's look at the draft picks. Why don't you look at what year did they draft? Look at the dial it up, Chris. Dial up their draft. The Banner Lombardi draft.
2013.
Dial that draft up. And they blamed it on Joe Banner, by the way. I'm sure Joe Banner's happy to hear that. Well, I didn't make the picks. I didn't have the power to make the picks. I was GM. Well, then you weren't GM.
Credit to Jimmy Haslam for firing those guys.
Hell yes. And I want Jimmy to know, somebody in Berea, let him know what he said about paying him. That he thought it was he thought it was just, like he got over on Mr. Haslam. Let Jimmy know what that smartass was saying on that podcast.
So, 2013 Browns first-round pick, Barkevious Mingo.
Come on, man. Come on.
Did not have
set the edge, Kiki.
Did not have a second-round pick, but they bounced back strong. Round 3, Leon McFadden.
Who?
San Diego State.
Kid was 5'6.5".
Who could forget the defensive back out of Notre Dame, Jamoris Slaughter?
Never played a down. Did you know the story of Jamoris Slaughter? He was injured at Notre Dame and missed his senior year. He never played football again, and the Browns drafted him where, Chris?
6th round.
How did we not have any draft picks? Like, the team wasn't good. How did we... I think what happened is they traded down for Phil Taylor, but then traded back up again for Phil Taylor. But it was bizarre. After 2012, like, how were we left with no picks? Who did we get?
Nobody. Like, literally nobody.
Just absurd. Riz, I understand you getting upset about it. The reality of it is the Browns are in a much better place with much smarter people who don't work for The Athletic or go on a podcast with Bill Simmons, who are qualified to actually work in the National Football League. And you'll get your ultimate revenge on Mike Lombardi when you win the Lombardi trophy and shove it right up his ass.
Well, again, I don't know why I got mad. I just got angry. Folks, I'm tired, man. I'm a beaten down Browns fan. I know a lot of you. Aaron, this goes back to why a lot of people this week freaked out when Tony wrote this Where's Odell thing, because we just don't want to be that again. It hurts so bad. I don't know if you know how bad it really hurt me. Really. Taking nothing away. Love Dan and the Cavs for winning that championship, and that got a giant sore off my ass. And the Indians are consistently good. But at the end of the day, I'm going to die soon. But maybe today after this show. And I got to have my Browns in the Super Bowl. I've got it. The whole thing just.
I think they'll get there, Riz. Tone, I'm sorry. What did I say that you got really mad at me just now? Why are you mad at me?
Because you said something about Tony Kornheiser, like I don't know.
No. I'm
whoever
sorry.
he
I'm
is.
sorry, but I was joking around with you, and I really didn't mean it like that.
Yeah. I'm not joking around here. I'm not. I'm angry. I'm angry Browns fan. I need to be good. I need to be relevant. I got to tell you, I'm not that I'm nervous, not that I'm concerned. And boy, there's a lot of expectations, a lot this season, a real pile of them. And I go back to what my Steeler fan at Fox 8 told me, and gave me the. You guys will figure a way to screw it up. Please. Not this time. Please. I can't believe a guy like that who's been bounced around the league so many times could go to the, but I'm still getting paid card and laughing at and I won 2 Super Bowls. Yeah, I don't know how much you had to do with winning those 2 Super Bowls, buddy. I think Belichick and Brady won the 2 Super Bowls.
Integral to the Patriots' success. So
I'm
so
sure Bill,
integral
I'm sure
that
Bill
he's
uses them.
working for the Athletic.
He was like bragging. He's like bragging that he was GM and didn't make the picks. Then you really weren't the GM.
Browns have done a lot of stupid things since '99. Hiring that guy back might be at the top of the list. It ended up costing Joe Banner his job.
Oh, here's more. Make sure Mr. Haslam hears all this.
The reality is, I think he doesn't really understand what it takes. You know, owners like the one here in Washington, they don't understand culture matters. They don't understand how to build an organization. And I think that Jimmy listens to too many people outside the building. Too many people come in and tell him what's wrong with their team. And what people don't understand about pro football or any business, you're really in the veterinarian business. The patient doesn't talk to you. So you have to have systems in check and balances to figure out what's wrong with your team.
Belong in the veterinarian business. I don't think that's the case with Jimmy Haslam anymore. I think Mr. Haslam
has learned
did suffer from that. Sure he did. He listened to somebody dumb enough to hire that guy.
That's right.
Okay? So he is a victim of that. I will admit that. But I think he's come around. I think he's figured it out. And I just think it's a lame, lazy narrative, bad take. That Haslam's a bad owner and the Browns aren't going anywhere. Did you watch any of the league last year? Did you see any of the games?
I think Jimmy and D are now realizing their job is now to get the hell out of the way, to not listen to anybody.
No, D's working a lot. They both have a role. They have their role. But the football side of things, you leave it to guys like John Dorsey. That's all.
The days of Jimmy going to dinners with Ron Wolf and Bill Parcells and all those outside Corn Ferry people and all that, Riz, is over.